If you are a Filipino bride abroad, listen closely because this will be your blueprint and your map into finding your dream Filipiniana wedding dress. In this video, we're going to talk about the practical things to note and also practical ways on how you can find the right designer and the right dream dress for you. The truth is you only have two options when you're a Filipina bride abroad. You could either go back home and that's where you source your Filipiniana wedding dress, or number two, you work with a designer who's located abroad, similar to Maria Gabriela Couture. We are located in New Zealand and we help brides in the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, UK, and just all over the world. Both come with its challenges, but you have to make sure that you're well informed so you can be prepared whichever path you take. If you're going to choose a designer that's not local to you, for example, you're in the US and you're deciding to work with a designer who's based in the Philippines or in New Zealand as Maria Gabriela Couture or anywhere else where it's going to be a long distance collaboration, one thing that you're going to have to find is not someone who's only good at their craft, meaning they're good with designing, with their stitching and their creation, but they also have to be very well versed and familiar with working with brides without seeing them, because that is a skill in itself and it comes with experience, it comes with resourcefulness and creativity. A designer who knows how to get around shipment, customs, so that there are no surprises for you and them. The original way of when a designer sews for a bride, come in and do some fittings, but because that's not usually the case when you're ordering abroad, the designer has to have some systems in place familiar with working with brides without ever seeing them. Because no matter how beautiful the design is, if it's not tailored and custom to your size and measurements, it's not gonna look good. The way we do this in Maria Gabriela Couture is we send mock-ups. They look like this. And what they do is they harbor the shape and the fit of the final design, but it's made from a cheaper fabric. And the main purpose is for it to be sent to the bride to their home and just to see if it looks good, if the fit is okay. And then from there, we make alterations. There's no need for the bride to send it back to us. So we do the heavy lifting. You only have to try it on and give us feedback. I don't see a lot of overseas designers do this because it costs to do it. Just the shipment and the creation process, it doubles everything up. It's more of the premium brands such as Maria Gabriela Couture who we really invest into that because we want to give like that feeling of security and that peace to our brides. Designer versus seamstress. You're gonna have to know what you want. Although it might not be 100% you know what you want, but you're gonna have to have some idea. If you're looking for a design that's not out there, then maybe a designer who can help you design it. Take some features that you love from every inspo that you have and put it all in one dress. But if you're just wanting a replica of an existing design, then you're gonna have to work with a seamstress. Because most of the time, designers don't want to work with doing replicas of another designer. But seamstress, they're perfect for that job. Having those sewing technical skills, but design maybe not so much their craft. In Maria Gabriela Couture, we have existing designs from our catalog, so you get them as is with minor to customize and personalize them a little bit. But we do a lot of custom designs and personalized experience for our MGC brides. Here's the truth. If price is the main deciding factor why you want to get a dress from back home, from the Philippines, you're gonna have to sit down and carefully calculate everything because that might not always be the case. You think it's gonna be cheaper, but the shipment, alterations, let's say the dress doesn't fit, those factors that in hindsight you wouldn't really think about. It's really the designer's responsibility to make sure that those logistics are in place. But if the designer is not well versed in that or is not transparent from the beginning, the price can inflate and there will be a lot of surprise expenses. Either end up being more expensive compared to if you got a dress from abroad, or it will come to the exact same amount. If you're relying on family or connections, maybe your mom knows someone in the Philippines and they know someone, if there's middle people, so that's okay if you find a designer through that. But make sure that you are the CEO of your dream dress, and you have to have direct communication and direct contact with the designer, because it's set up for disaster if you tell your mom this is what you want, and then your mom is the one who relays the information. Sometimes information can get lost in between. I love video consultations when we need them, especially for the first meetings, because we want to make sure that we're aligned with the vision and what we do. And I want to be confident as well as a designer that I'm the designer that could help you with what you're looking for. And you want to be confident as well as a bride that this designer would really deliver on this specific of what you need for your dream dress. Communication is king. You don't need to speak to your designer every month. The reality of having your dress made is you have consultation in the beginning to get your dream dress right, but it's towards the end where the communication will bump up again. So there will be a moment of time in between where there's very little communication. And no need to worry about that, honestly, because as designers, we're also working with other brides, making sure the timelines are perfect and good for every bride that we help. And a lot of brides, they feel a bit anxious with that, but really don't be, because when we create your dress, it only takes a week or two to actually create. So some brides, they think months to create a dress. That's not true at all. So when you're speaking with your designer, be upfront with your budget, with your time frame, with what you're looking for, what's important to you. So personally, me, I appreciate building that connection and at the same time being direct to the point. And here's the thing, a lot of the brides at first, they feel a little bit hesitant sharing their budget because they think, oh, if I share my budget, they might rip me off. But here's my encouragement to you. As a bride, use that as your litmus test. Like, use it as a way to gauge if your designer is honest. Transparency with budget is very, very important. As a designer who's been working with dresses on the couture level, these are things that I believe that you should look out for in your wedding dresses to know if they're quality or not. White dresses in general are more see-through because they are white. The underwear underneath, you could see the legs underneath, especially for the brides. If you're a bride who you're having a garden wedding or anything outdoor and the sun is shining, that's so awkward, and that's so, especially if you're having a conservative wedding, don't do that. Make sure that your dress is not see-through. Number one, there are more than one layer of your dress, which is what we call a lining. There's something underneath to make it at least double. The fabrics are not super thin. Corsets, bloodline of Maria Gabriela Couture, because the corset has structure already. When it hugs your body, it will also be structured. And not only that, because you don't see each other in person, we rely on the measurements. And sometimes, measurements can fluctuate or maybe they're not taken correctly. Having that corset structure helps to be able to adjust, tighten, and loosen accordingly. And you won't need alterations afterwards. So personally, that's what we do within Maria Gabriela Couture. When you're setting up a budget, don't just go with a fixed number, because most of the time you'll go upwards, budget range instead. So this is your minimum and you have a maximum. So at least you have some room to work with and kind of sit with whoever are the decision makers, whether that is your fiance, your parents, whoever's chipping in and are included in the process as well, sharing financially. You're gonna have to sit down with them prior to you searching your dress, because you find a dress that you like and then you go to them and suddenly it's not in their budget range as well. So it's just good to be planning ahead. If your budget is, let's say it's less than $1,000, most probably what you're looking at is more on the affordable ranges of designs, which are mostly mass produced. And that's totally fine. It's already what's there. There's really no customizations that could be done on it. Be a bit more limited. Decision making and mindset. Dear brides, as I said earlier, you are the CEO of your dream dress journey. It's okay to ask for feedback and help and advice from your parents, sisters, your friends, your fiance. But at the end of the day, if you're too undecisive, be a lot of wasted time, wasted efforts. Set aside time to sit down and really think about what your dream dress looks like. You use Pinterest boards if you have to. be intuitive in what you want. You don't want that stress in your wedding planning. So own your dream dress journey. This journey is for you to enjoy, for you to really make your dreams into a reality. And if you believe that Maria Gabriela Couture is the designer that could help you, then I am here for you when you are ready. You can book a consultation with me through my website. I'll link it somewhere. But for now, have a look at our bridal resources made for brides like yourself who's doing their research and you want to be more confident in choosing your dream dress. I'll link it as well. Mabuhay!